The Parable of the Olive Trees, A Path to Sainthood. Welcome back to Supreme Catholic Meme. Today, we're diving into a story that blends faith, perseverance, and the wisdom of the saints. It's the tale of two olive trees, a powerful parable about how embracing life's challenges can help us grow in holiness. If you've ever wondered what it really takes to become a saint, stick around, because this story will inspire and challenge you to look at trials in a whole new way. Once, during the feast of St. Francis of Assisi, a young boy visited his grandfather. They had just returned from daily mass, a custom they shared whenever the boy visited. While praying before their home altar adorned with statues of the Blessed Virgin Mary and Saint Joseph, the boy asked, "Grandpa, how can I become a saint?" His grandfather, who was a third-order Franciscan, smiled gently and said, "Come with me." Making the sign of the cross, he took the boy to a nursery near their parish church and bought 2 small olive plants, reminiscent of the Garden of Gethsemane. Back home, after sprinkling holy water on both plants, the grandfather planted one in a pot near their prayer corner indoors. The other he planted outside, near a statue of Our Lady of Grace, exposed to the elements. He then asked the boy, "Which of these plants do you think will grow holier?" The boy, fingering his brown scapular, thought carefully and replied, "The one inside near our family altar. It is protected, like being in a monastery." Years passed, and the boy, now preparing for confirmation, visited his grandfather again after Sunday Mass. "Grandpa," he said, holding his rosary, "you never fully answered my question about becoming a saint." The grandfather, after leading them in a Hail Mary, smiled and said, "Let's check on the olive plants." He showed the boy the indoor plant, which had grown into a weak sapling despite being surrounded by sacred images and blessed candles. Then he took the boy outside to see the other plant. To the boy's amazement, it had grown into a magnificent tree, its branches stretching toward heaven like arms raised in prayer. "Which tree better serves God's purpose?" the grandfather asked. "The one outside," the boy replied. "But how? It faced persecution, like the early martyrs." The grandfather, who had just returned from Eucharistic adoration, explained, "Just as our Lord spent 40 days in the desert, and just as the saints embraced mortification, this tree grew stronger through trials. Remember how Our Lady stood at the foot of the cross? Her fiat to God's will made her the Queen of Heaven." He continued, drawing from the wisdom of the Church. "The saints weren't made in comfortable monasteries alone, but often in the crucible of suffering. Think of St. Maximilian Kolbe in Auschwitz, St. Teresa's illness, or Padre Pio's stigmata, as the Catechism teaches us. Suffering, united with Christ's passion, becomes redemptive." The boy listened intently as his grandfather prayed. In life, divine providence allows us to face hardships not to harm us, but to conform us to Christ crucified. The Church has always taught that the path to sanctity leads through Calvary. Even our Blessed Mother told the children at Fatima that sacrifice and penance are necessary for salvation. Taking out his St. Benedict medal, the grandfather added, "If you choose only comfort, your soul will remain lukewarm, like the indoor tree. But if you embrace your daily cross through the sacraments, especially frequent confession and Holy Communion, your soul will grow strong. The saints all teach us, ad maiorem Dei gloriam, all for the greater glory of God." Remember, the grandfather concluded, making the sign of the cross, every rosary prayed, every Mass attended, every sacrifice offered becomes a step toward heaven. Like this tree standing tall despite trials, you too will stand firm in the faith of our fathers. The boy knelt before the outdoor tree, clutching his scapular, and prayed an act of contrition. He understood that the path to sainthood, like our Lord's way of the cross, required courage and trust in divine providence. Through the intercession of Our Lady and all the saints, with the graces flowing from the holy sacrifice of the Mass, every trial could become an opportunity for greater union with Christ. The lesson, sealed with a prayer to his guardian angel, stayed with him through his entire spiritual journey. The road to sanctity, illuminated by the light of faith and guided by Holy Mother Church, transforms obstacles into stepping stones toward eternal glory with the communion of saints. Thanks for watching this episode of Supreme Catholic Meme. Remember, the path to sainthood isn't about avoiding life's storms. It's about letting those storms strengthen your faith, just like the olive tree growing strong under God's grace. If you found this story inspiring, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more faith-filled content. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What challenges have helped you grow closer to Christ? Until next time, keep striving for heaven, and may God bless you.